Definitely here as Papakura now racing out from inside their 20, their 30. He's gone.
Straight
Big
away,
fella's
the big
keep
fella
coming.
puts a bit of footwork on, and you got to love that early on there. I think it was Jared Tassesi there with a nice little bit of footwork out on the edge. In fact, it may have been Tuiloma Futi on that occasion, but they're going to start this set from right on halfway. Roman Hifo now into dummy half in the bright green boots.
Great return of the ball.
Comes out towards the left. Nice little bit of footwork there from the 4. Aquila Tuha, 40 metres out from the line. Hifo wants a penalty.
Yeah.
They spread out towards the left here, and they're into a little bit of space already. So this left edge for Papakura proving fruitful early on. East Coast Bays will want to fix that up. Hifo again as a dummy half. Looks like he's going to fill that hooking role in the opening exchanges in this one. Now they come back towards the middle of the park. Little kick over the top. Chase doesn't look too good from Papakura, and that one is going to sail harmlessly dead. But a good start there from the Papakura Sea Eagles. Troy started by the big fella off the kickoff.
Yeah, and wasn't it a great run? You see the glint in his eyes. He was running towards us. He was smiling. He thought he was going to go the whole distance.
We did mention the middle referee earlier. We said it was Hayden Price. It is, in fact, the Auckland Rugby League's very own Viggo Rasmussen. Controlling the middle of the park, one of our really good young up-and-coming referees. As East Coast Bays now with their first use of the ball. Nice little short ball at the line. Pokes his head through, goes over halfway. It's Dwight Leofo there. And collected high is Pita Tupo, so they will get the penalty here now. East Coast Bays on the attack. And they're very bunched here, Papakura, so it's going to be interesting when East Coast Bays surely will go out to the left here. You would think they got the numbers, instead they're going to go right, where it does look like Papakura are well lined up. Hifo arriving late to slow the play of the ball down there. Again, they're going to go right, little short play. Surely he's offside there out of dummy half. Burrows his way over, it's not going to matter. And we are indeed going to go back for a penalty. But East Coast Bays wasting no time in getting into the action here. So penalty for offside. They're going to start this set 10 metres out from the line, just surveying their options as it stands. Liafa. Huston into dummy half. Hands it off to Liofo, who's gone very close there. In fact, he's gone over. There's the first try of the game, and it is scored by the number 11, Dwight Liofo, who crashes over. It was a non-existent marker defence there from Papakura. Poor from the Sea Eagles on that occasion. And it is the Barracudas who strike first. It's now going to be Trinity Melrose who attempts the conversion.
And right in front, and that's a shocker.
It's woeful. It's woeful.
Okay, sorry we called you out on that one, but somebody will end up buying you a beer, I'm sure. Just had a note in too to special wishes to Mark Miller, the General Manager of Sportsafe ARL Nines. He's picked up a chest infection while in Chile, Corey, and he won't be with us today, but we've got a number of the Sportsafe staff down here for the awards towards the back end of the day. So speedy recovery to you, Mark, and hope you're enjoying the football down here at the Sportsafe ARL Nines.
So restart of play, fielded by Papakura. A little bit of a goose step there, brings in the line. He's taken down a good physical tackle there. Adam Davies involved. Little dart out of dummy half, a cheeky little dart there. Sefo. Hifo now shovels play on after engaging the initial
Here we go
defender.
again.
Here comes the big fella again. He's made for Nines, this guy. Loving it. A couple of breaks early on. Papakura now back towards the middle of the park.
He's making the left edge his home. He's enjoying it over here.
I guess that's one of the beauties of the Nines, Troy, isn't it? As a big fella, you get to run at those little guys on the edge a little bit more.
And now he's running off and having a sub.
So back to it now. Hifo darts out of dummy half, just engages that initial marker. They go down the right edge. Good defence from East Coast Bays, and there's a knock-on in there, which is picked up by referee Rasmussen. And East Coast Bays will survive it. So a really good start here from the Sharman Cup side, Troy.
Absolutely. Not just from them, from all the teams that have started in the Sportsafe Nines. You know, we've got a lot more teams down here this year. It's just turning into a fantastic event and growing year on year.
So the Barracudas take it up towards halfway. Quick play the ball. This is good here from East Coast Bays. Out towards the right again. Winning that middle battle. Stands them up here. Here's trouble for Papakura. They get there in the end and defuse it, but they're only 25 metres out from the line now. East Coast Bays. Huston shuffles it on. Little run around play. Heading out towards this left edge. They think they got the numbers. I tend to agree. 15 metres out from the line. Here come the Barracudas now. Back in field. The big fella fends off one.
Oh,
puts a little bit of footwork on.
Must be so close.
Van der Westhuizen. Huston now into dummy half. Back towards the sticks.
Oh,
Picked off by Roman Hefo. He was never going to go the 100, was he? But nicely picked off there by the captain coach. And diffuses the situation for the Papakura Sea Eagles. Attempted legs tackle down low there. We've got a penalty here. So already, Troy, in this game we've seen a number of penalties. We didn't see too many in the opening 2 games.
no, and you may be able to pick up some of the ref's audio below our commentary. We're trying something new for this game. And that kick is about as good as the drop goal earlier on in the game. And I think that tricked everybody as the wingers just picked the ball up and we're coming back in now for the restart.
On the 10, on the 10.
Fabulous day. You've got to come down here, folks. If you're a rugby league fan, get down to the Sportsafe Rugby League Nines.
So the big fella takes it forward
Oh,
there.
move off him now, Green. Here, with me.
It's Sefo.
With me.
Roman Hefo into the bottom of the ruck. Big contact there.
Oh.
Gets the offload as well. Unfortunately, it's a little bit scrappy, but cleaned up nicely by Tesesi.
So he showed some strength there too. He took 2 hits before he went down.
On the line, boys, hold.
There are some monsters in this Papakura team, Troy. Of course, the teams we've seen today have had a couple of big players as well, but you would have to say this Papakura team, I think, across the board, the biggest we've seen so
Great
far
ball.
now is Hefo. Does a little bit of playmaking. They might catch them for numbers here, but there is a forward pass, I think, in there, but nice, energetic
Johnny
play.
on the spot. He was right here in front of us.
On the line. Yeah. Hand over, Green.
Hefo there just giving the boys a bit of a talking to. Of course, he's never shy in making his opinion heard. Roman Hefo, a veteran of the Auckland club scene, played for Mangere East and the Papakura Sea Eagles over the years, and a former Auckland representative as well.
Good contact.
Oh, big
That's
collision.
one. Move off him now. Here we are. Hold. Go. That's one.
And the Showman Cup boys would be absolutely loving this up against a an SAS Fox team. It gives them a great chance to benchmark themselves, Corey, and I think they all perform very, very well year in and year out.
That's right, and I think we saw what it did for Hibiscus Coast last year, Troy. Of course, they went on that giant killing mission all the way to the final and very nearly won the final against Point Chevalier. And a real boost to them early in the season to know that they can foot it with those premiership heavyweights. As we see Hibiscus Coast now tap and go, and they've got the numbers here already. Point Chevalier look like they're struggling a little bit. We mentioned they've brought a reduced team to this tournament, and they are a big side. So East Coast Bays here, see what they can do out on the right edge.
We went from Hibiscus Coast there to East Coast Base, mate. You did well. Good recover.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, go. 19, you're not there. Get out of
So
it.
Papakura get us back underway.
19, I told you weren't there. Leave him
Oh.
I was
alone.
about to compliment the line speed, but it was in fact a little too eager.
Vigo's laying the law down out there.
Roman's here. Just wait, please. Here we are. When you're ready. Make sure he's
So Papakura now with the penalty, they kick for touch, 40 metres off the line.
last play.
And that is half-time, so we're going to get one play in before the break here. 4-0 to the East Coast Bays Barracudas. Is it going to be a tap and go? Are they happy to die on the ball? In fact, they've taken the ball further forward than the spot.
In front of the kicker.
And this is getting a little messy here now, and Figo Rasmussen, our referee, says, that'll do us, boys. We'll head to the sheds on that. So the East Coast Bays Barracudas lead the Papakura Sea Eagles 4 points to 0 in Game 3 of the Sportsafe ARL Nines.
I can't see it. It's the wrong. Okay, but it's got their logo? Yeah. The Papakura letters you've got up there, is it the Papakura logo that's on there or Pakarine? Yeah. Okay. Well, have you got Papakura? Oh, I don't know, because
I thought Papakura was PAP, and I looked and there was only PAK.
what did we do last time? PSE. Yeah, PSE. Can we change it to PSE? No worries. How's the audio going with the referee?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, the hum was only doing in the background.
Right.
But it's just the only problem now is
The shrill of the whistle.
But then, he'll yell sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thought. So I've got it turned down. It's not so bad most of the time.
Okay. Well, then maybe we'll just work a better way of bringing it in and out, eh?
I'll leave it on.
Yeah. Well, I've had it so I can hear it every now and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, otherwise I can't hear anything.
Yes, I'll leave it on that. It's fine.
And on the convert. Just one. Yeah, who nearest goes. Yeah.
was that them calling?
At their local school or clubs. So we're getting ready now to restart. Referee Vigo is blowing the whistle and the team's now swap ends and get ready for the kickoff.
So East Coast Bays with a really good first half there. They'll be happy with that. Really took it to Papakura. For the Sea Eagles, it's about completing a few sets and letting their size become their advantage in that area. There's going to be East Coast Bays who get first use of the ball.
You get it, yeah. 10. Roll down 10. Hey? Yeah, it's a roll ball. Yeah, they're roll ball. Yeah. Hey? Nah, it's not my fault. Controlled, yeah. Boys, time you run.
So ball onto the tee, getting ready to kick off in game 3, the second half.
Time you run.
And away we go. It's a high one, deep, down towards the end goal, picked up by East Coast Bays. And straight back into it, it's Davies, who beats one. Then hands the ball off. They're into a little bit of space here at East Coast Bays. The scramble defence is good from Papakura. And does well to keep himself in the field of play there. The East Coast Bays wide man.
Go.
Huston clears the ruck. Back towards the middle. Lines up over halfway.
Make the line! Kura, make it! Go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Huston shifts play on out towards the right edge. Nice little goose step there from Melrose. 35 metres out from the line. East Coast Bays looking to trouble Papakura early on here. They go down the right edge, playing at pace now. Liofo. Ball has come loose, so Papakura do well there, scramble well in defence and force the error. And they'll start this set now 20 metres off their own line. Got to get the big boys involved here, Troy. Got to start winning that middle battle to the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, and they've got to, as you've said, mate, get them back into the grind. And I think to complete their sets of 6, and that's been a key in the Sportsafe ARL Nines. When they've got the ball, they have to respect it, as you said earlier, in one of the first games up. And, play the possession out and try and get some points on the board. There's a good solid run there up the centre.
Yeah, great carry forward there for the Sea Eagles. You would think at some point here they're going to go wide. Hifo there with the little dummy and goes a little flick pass out the back. They've got numbers on the right edge if they can get it there. Here we go. Papakura back inside now. He's into open space if he's got the legs. Lovely covering tackle there from the fullback. Melrose now doing his best to slow it down. Got to be careful not to give away the professional foul there. They dart out of dummy half. Hifo takes it to the line, comes back inside. That is beautiful rugby league. Papakura Sea Eagles. And puts the little footstep on to get him down under the posts. And the try scorer, we'll wait for confirmation on that one. We might get a little look at the replay for there because it was beautiful play summed up by the captain, Roman Hifo. Here we go. You can see him here, just turns him back inside. And it is the 13 for the Papakura Sea Eagles, who isn't listed on the team list. Welcome to the Nines, pre-season rugby league. But lovely play there from the Sea Eagles to get themselves back in the game. 4 points all, kick from in front. They should take the lead here, the Sea Eagles.
And it was a great drop back inside by Roman. He actually knew that was coming before he'd actually got to the space to do it.
So Papakura, without really looking in this game up until that point, they hadn't really enjoyed any significant attacking opportunities. But there they summed it up beautifully. It was a really nice play, and it came from the error they forced down the other end, Troy, with their physical approach. As the Sea Eagles now prepare to get underway, you would think this will be a deep one. They'll try and pin East Coast Bays here. And indeed it is a scrappy one along the ground. Taken here, and here comes the big fella. Who's he going to run at? There's some big bodies there. It'd be wise to avoid them. Ends up feeling the wrath of one of them there. It's our try scorer leading the chase. Huston now into dummy half.
Just dropped the shoulder straight on him and stopped him where he was. Good defense, actually. In these,
big contact out there, indeed. Huston now hands it off. Melrose almost picked off there. I think this is going to be 6 again for East Coast Bays when we do restart at the end of that. But Papakura Sea Eagles now, they're hunting in defence, looking for those little breaks, looking to force an error. I think they know that is their way to remain in control of this game. Of course, they have the lead. Down the right edge now, they come back towards the middle of the park. Some experienced players in this East Coast Bays team. A couple of guys who have spent time at other North Shore clubs as well. Nice little run there. You mentioned Troy, so East Coast Bays now looking to hit straight back.
Here we are, boys. Hold here. Hold. Go.
Little dummy half dart here, plays them short. That's beautiful, and lovely work there from the centre. Pita Tupo, who darts out. We'll get a look at that on the Sportsafe replay and have a look at the work he does here. Lovely stuff from Tupo, and I believe it is Leofo who's gone over in the end. You can see him here scheming at the bottom of the ruck, darts out, and there finds the big fella, and it is Leofo who scores. Great work from the East Coast Bays Barracudas, and great work from our TV crew there as well with the replay. A nice addition to our coverage this year. The kick attempted from out wide, and it's another one that, well, if you don't have anything nice to say, you're best not to say anything, Troy.
that was a wee bit you've said there, Corey. Special time just to mention the volunteers of the rugby league game, especially down here at the Hibiscus Coast Raiders today. Big thank you to everyone who helped out this morning setting up. We were down online here at 6:30 at the park, and you know, without our volunteers who we love and adore dearly, a lot of what we try and achieve and deliver just would not happen. So big ups to the volunteers of the Auckland Rugby League.
So the Barracudas back in control with a 2-point lead. And the Sea Eagles now.
They chopped them.
What have they got in reply? About 5 minutes left in this one. Game 3 of the Sportsafe ARL Nines. They take it to the line. Nice little bit of work there from Tasesi, who is an absolute monster in the middle of the park for Papakura. Shifts play on now. Hifo takes it to the line. Still going. Breaks one, breaks two, and then heads back infield. Huston gets there in the end, and it's a 3-man tackle, which tempers the attack. Hifo fighting for a quick play of the ball. Great work there from the veteran. Back to his feet now, hands it off back into the middle of the park. So East Coast Bay is a crucial set for them here. If they can hold out here and start this next one in positive field position, it gives them a really good run home as they search for victory in their opening game of the tournament. Hulla hands it out wide. They get into a little bit of space there, but well scrambled by East Coast Bays. Back to the middle. Hulla again. Hands it off. Pins the ears back here. This is Evian Hunt. Looks to find him out the back door. Play on is the call, and I think he might be into open space here. Oh, lovely little play back on the inside, and they were away, East Coast Bays, but dropped there, and it's picked up by Hulla, and now they come out towards the right edge. They've got to be careful here, East Coast Bays. They are well short on numbers, and Papakura are going to hit back, and it is a try in the corner to the number 12, who we have down as Roman Hifo. I can tell you that certainly is not Roman Hifo. And again, team lists continue to be the bane of my existence today. But the important thing is Papakura hit back. Papakura take the lead again.
Well, I'm going to take a punt, mate. The player name attached to Roman Hifo's jersey is? What's the number he's running?
That may have been Samisi Havili, who's actually gone over these Papakura numbers. Very, very hard to read. The conversion, beautiful from the sideline, so that's a 4-point lead for the Papakura. Well, sorry, they draw even, I should say. Papakura Sea Eagles, 8-8. With about 2 minutes to go here in Game 3. Papakura now to get it back underway. And it's a tit-for-tat sort of game, so who is going to have the last say here? It's a short kick-off. They're gone short. That's clever. That is very clever. Hifo dives on it.
And that is our hooter or the far side?
That's the far side's hooter. We are now into what I would think would be the final minute or so of this game here. Hulla kicks early. I'm not too sure why he's done that, because Melrose looks like he's got it covered. Takes it dead, and I think
close.
it's going to be a 20-meter restart.
And the first call was, let's slow it down.
Yeah, not really sure that was the option there for Papakura. They had tackles up their sleeve, and I'm wondering again if they thought the hooter on the backfield perhaps was the hooter for this one. And he's kicked thinking it's do or die stuff. So East Coast Bays now will get us back underway. There's the hooter for our game. And it is a short restart.
Turn around, drop goal.
Go for the field goal. It's a wobbly old one off the boot. Melrose fields it. Melrose knocks it on. And hang on, there's more drama to come.
No, I think the referee's blown it up.
We are going to get one last play in. We are going to get one last play. Surely it's got to be the field goal here, Troy. We're going to have to play the ball. You surely set the half deep here and attempt from right in front of the sticks. So for the win, we are waiting for the ball. That's just adding to the drama here. Interesting to see how they are set. Don't be surprised if Hifo has an attempt at this one.
No, they're just going to bend the line.
And that's all they're going to need to do, because that is a game-winning try. And it is scored by the big number 20, Tuilome Futi, who takes it, barges over, and that's going to do it. The Papakura Sea Eagles will claim victory in Game 3 of the Sportsafe ARL Nines. Kick to come, but 12 points to 8 is the lead. Maybe 14 come full-time. But really, that was a bit of a weak effort in the end from the Barracudas on their line there, Troy. I'm not too sure what was going on. Obviously, some tired bodies out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, is that the kick is good. So they've added another 2 points to get the W.
Kick is good, and that will do us for Game 3.
The Papakura Sea Eagles a little bit scrappy there in the first half, but they came back and did very well.